Hey guys, Canadian Simmer here with you today, and welcome back to Let's Build Newcrest. Today we are building a starter home, and as the title suggests, it is a spacious starter home. There is a lot of room for you to grow your family in this home, and to fill it with things that your sim gets either from career or collecting. So just trying to figure out the layout, and you'll see it's right next door to the splendid suburban, as we called it, next to it. So it'll look similar, but of course it is a starter home, so I had $20,000, or I should say simoleons, and I used that money to buy the plot of land, and then whatever was left I used to build this home. So you will definitely be able to afford it. I think by the time it's all said and done, you'll have about 100 simoleons left to your sim's name. Yeah. You will see at one part, well, I'm still figuring out the layout. You will see in one part that, or in some parts, that I'll use testing cheats to alter the money. I had to take a break, and when I did, I left by build mode, and then when I came back in, I had to sell a couple items, but then they weren't selling for the full price that I paid for them, and I wanted to make sure that I was definitely using as much as I could out of the 20,000 simoleons that you're given to start with. So I did the math and figured out like how much it was selling for versus how much I bought it for, and like added those together to get the difference. It's really it sounds really confusing, but I made sure that this could be affordable from the start, and you can move 3 sims in right away, because it is a 2-bedroom house, 1 bathroom. You do get a kitchen, dining, there is a TV, and there is another room which you could convert into like a very tiny room, or you can leave it as a potential office, which is what I kind of designated the space as. I did put a desk and chair in there, and you'll see all that. Just flipping the house around, the way I had it, I didn't actually like the way the roof looked from that angle as the front of the house, and so when I flipped it, it actually looked a lot nicer. Double door this time, or I should say 2-wide door, so it is slightly different than the house next door. I don't want them to look exactly the same. I live in a neighborhood where every house pretty much looks exactly the same. In fact, I think the only difference between my house and my neighbor's house is I have a garage and they don't, so I don't know. I don't. It's not really my thing. I like houses to have a little more difference to them. Weird flooring got added there. I'm not sure how that happened. A little bit of like a semi-wrapped around porch, I guess. I remembered stairs this time from the get-go. I made sure of it. And I gave it a matching mailbox too to the other house. I want to make sure that each neighborhood at least has the same kind of mailboxes, just so that, you know, if you choose to put these into your game, they do kind of go together really well. And I believe it's the Willow Creek mailbox that I've been using. It's just really nice. For some reason, this siding was only put in corners on certain, like the white corners siding on the other one. There's 3 different shades of blue also. So when I was trying to redo it, it was a pain to find the right blue. I was getting pretty nervous there. I was like, oh, don't tell me that it doesn't come in the the right blue. So yes, there is 2 levels to this house. Like I said, it is a spacious starter, lots of room. Definitely to make it into your sim family's home. This right here will become the bathroom, and again, the living area, as in the living room and kitchen, will be upstairs, while the sleeping area will be on the ground floor, so your bedrooms and your main bathroom. Maybe weird for some people to see that in a house. Oh, gotta save here. I was so nervous about my game crashing again that I kept saving periodically. I did not want to lose anything with this house like I did the last one. I was trying to go for some nicer items. I'm like, I can do this. I can make a starter home with some nice quality items here. It'll totally work. You have some decent beds, so your Sims shouldn't be complaining about discomfort when they move into this house in terms of sleeping. However, you will want to do some probably bathroom, kitchen, and TV upgrading. Yeah. Anyways, just fixing the roof. I did make the house a little bit smaller. It was kind of really big. Almost too big for a starter home. I mean, even this could be a bit big for a starter home, but I really wanted to provide a home that could be expanded and built on, that had the room for you to add your own items. I find a lot of the starter homes that come with these, like in The Sims 4, they're like so small that you get your basic necessities in there, and when you start getting other, like accumulating like your career rewards and things like that, you have nowhere to put them. So I really was like, you know what, I'm gonna build a starter home that has room for all that, for you to put all your stuff into. So yeah. Or if you decide to like move out your like young adult sim, this is a good home that they could move into, because like from the family home they can move into this one, because they'll have some things too from like whatever paintings that they've made it and stuff, and you'll have room to put those all up and bring a few things with them. So the kitchen coming to shape upstairs. This changes slightly. Yeah, I still haven't put in windows. I was like starting thinking about, like, oh, I don't have doors, I don't have windows, I don't have flooring or wallpaper or lights, and I was like, I still have to put in beds and stuff. So I really was trying to get my money kind of figured out. This was gonna be the master bedroom, but a double wide bed doesn't fit in there. So I reorganized a little, and this is what I meant by it changes. It changes. And this is gonna become 2 rooms, which you'll see. I wanted to make sure move objects was off because that door was being weird. So you'll get the master bedroom here, and I was like, wow, that's a really big master bedroom. So then I cut that off and kind of make that other room a bit smaller. And there we go. And then you're gonna get an office kind of area in there too. Archways are cheaper than doors, so if you get a chance to use an archway, do it. I was gonna make that the office and put the rooms next to each other, and then I realized how small that other room was, and I was like, swap it around. Yeah. What am I doing? So I am hopping around a little bit more in this house. It is a smaller home though, and I knew, like I had an actual price budget this time, so there were certain things that I wanted to get in while I could, and then I was like, you know, I can change these items afterwards a bit easier. Yeah, so that's your potential office space. That's really all you're gonna get in that office space. Oh, another save, man. A lot of these in here. But anyways, yeah, so that's all that goes in that office, is the desk and the chair. Computer was completely out of budget. It's usually is in a starter home. And the bookshelf ends up going upstairs, I think, in the living room. So very open concept upstairs, very closed off on the ground floor. As you can see, I was trying to pick, like, not the most expensive, but not the, or I shouldn't say not the cheapest item, but, like, trying to keep it under budget, too. Didn't really work out in my favor, but, like I said, I did leave the beds, so your Sims are not gonna have the cheapest bed. Went with white wood flooring this time. I don't usually go for white wood flooring, but today was a white wood flooring day. Windows. We're finally getting to the windows. I don't know. Oh, okay, yeah. I couldn't quite tell where the levels were. And it's a very blue house. I'm sorry there's not too much other detail. But again, it is a starter home. I can only do so much. You do have a nice big porch. Yeah. Just looking around, trying to figure out where I want the next windows to go. I thought a couple for the bathroom. The shower is actually right in that corner, and I thought it was kind of weird. Windows were looking into the shower. Those will disappear. Looking for a different window. Went with the really long ones, like the full length ones. I do like those windows actually quite a bit. Do I get curtains in this house? I think I do. I think I actually managed to throw in some curtains on the bedroom windows too, at the sacrifice of some other luxurious items, i.e. a cheaper stove. Sorry guys. The curtains do bring a little bit of detail to it, and the stoves are easy enough to upgrade and change up. So that's where I had my little break. It's like, yeah, no, these things are a little expensive. See, so this is where I started, was like, oh no, like, it's not selling for the right price, so now I'm doing math, trying to do math. Doing math, it's taking a while. Here we go. So, giving myself some money so I can actually do something. I don't think, I gave the furniture a bit of a green tone. I was trying to pull in some color, but I don't think that ended up happening. Again, figuring out the monies. So I get 50 simoleons there, and oh, that sells for a weird price. Great. Gotta do the math. At least that one's, I get 100 simoleons out of that. So I'll write it all down. Still not the cheapest sink. I made sure I didn't get the cheapest sink. Just doing the math here. And there we go. Saving again. Don't want to lose any of the changes I made. I was so paranoid about that happening again at this point. I really don't like having to go back and redo everything that I've done and worked so hard on. I didn't forget a mirror, and there is a bin in the kitchen upstairs too, so yay! The colors are pretty neutral, not much going on in this house. But it gives you guys lots of room to make it your own, which I love when I'm building, because it's a bit of a challenge to be like, you know what, I need to keep this a blank slate. But it's kind of fun for me too, because when I go to put it in my world, then whenever I move in my families, my sim families, I can also make it whatever it is that would kind of fit their needs in terms of career and their personality. So if they're an active sim, I've got room to put in some equipment, exercise equipment. Yeah. The lights, well, it could have gone cheaper lights, but these ones actually give off a nice color and they do well lighting up the room. I didn't like the fridge. The fridge was really bothering me. Yeah, and then I realized that everything was so blank up here. I needed to add some color. I didn't like the cheapest fridge either, so we just went with the one that that one that we had before. More lights, centering. Anything else to it? I do. Yes, I was like, oh no, the bathroom. Totally forgot about that. And I was like, oh, and the lights here, and I still managed to actually, I still managed to get in, I think, 2 pieces of art and the curtains in the bedrooms. So here we go. So doing more math, trying to get my money's worth, going for the cheaper stove now. It's like, don't do it, don't rebuy it, don't go down that road. You're just gonna get yourself stuck with not being able to make this any nicer of a house. So I tried, guys. I tried. I will be doing more starters though, especially in the other communities on the 20 by 15 lots. So I will make some smaller starters, but with more details. I did last video actually mention the possibility of a bachelor pad. Kind of want to try something like that. If you watch Deligrecy's videos, I know that she did like a studio type starter home, and I really liked it, and I kind of want to do my own, not just because of Deligrecy's video. I really actually like studio apartments. I love that mix of like the open concept, which is very new and modern, while also having like old, like a more traditional kind of vibe with like brick walls and stuff. It's kind of one of my favorite things, is mixing the old and the new together. So yeah, I think that's definitely on the table as a possibility for me doing a bachelor pad studio kind of style house, especially a starter home. It'd be nice to do a higher end starter home for sure, for your fancier Sims, I suppose. Though of course generally those homes are only 1 bedroom, so if you're a family player, I tend to play with families, not really the best starter home, but that's totally fine. Going through, making sure I have it. Oh, do I get some plants in? I think I do. I was like, I want something in this room, and I was like, oh, my money's getting eaten up pretty quick here. I was gonna put some stuff on this wall, but I ended up doing it. You see me change my mind a whole bunch of times when it comes to this interior. I wanted a plant in this house so bad, so one went on the kitchen table. And I was like, come on. I was trying really hard not to use move objects, because my last build, as many of you saw, a lot of the stuff that was used with moved objects when my game crashed, all the move object items that had been saved disappeared when I reopened the house, so I was trying. The white wood was too much, so I went with a darker wood table. I've never used this coffee table before, and I found a way to use it today, in this build I should say, so yeah. I'm gonna put up another mirror, and I don't think I do. Put up a tree. I do put up the tree. I was like, maybe in this room, I was like, oh, it makes it really kind of childish. I don't know. I kind of like the tree, and I kind of don't at the same time. I did leave it in there. Easy enough for you guys to get rid of, if you choose. Yeah, I decided to leave it at that, and, well, of course I do a little bit of terrain work, landscaping. What's going on? Why did I stop there? I don't know, maybe my phone rang or something, I can't remember now. Yeah, just giving it a little bit of detail. I think I was down to like 100 and something simoleons at this point, and I was like, I can't afford much else. That window looked weird. Tossed it. I did not like the way it looked from the outside. Well, on the inside it looked, you know, decent. On the outside, no. And that's the thing, is those windows were actually in 2 different rooms, so I didn't get to see how weird it was on the outside. Trying to find a pathway, going the cheap route, using terrain paints. I make this work. I do make it work. I find the right one for this house. Just haven't gotten there yet. There we go. I was like, oh yeah, okay. There we go. So yeah, you guys will have a little bit of monies left over. Leaving all this in the video today. Did I call it a room? No, I called it a spacious starter. But anyways, just some screenshots here going around the house on the outside. You know, I really actually do like this house, as weird as it kind of is. I actually really like it. But yeah, not many screenshots today. It's gonna be pretty quick. There's not much to show off, and it is a pretty small house, especially compared to the last one. But anyways, guys, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you are all having a wonderful day. I'll talk to you all next time. Bye!